It's cool. I just hope this is something that Korean people can be really proud of, you know, because there's not too many places like this in Seoul. I don't have to be a historian to tell you that, you know.
This is me, having beers with my good friend Art in Seosulla-gil, just west of Jongmyo Shrine. I've been coming here for years. It used to be a quiet, under-the-radar alley, but lately it's blown up, thanks to countless social media posts and the MZ crowd flocking in. On weekends it's packed with photo-hungry couples, yet the vibe still feels authentic, and I love it here. That got me wondering, what kind of neighborhood actually surrounds Seosulla-gil? It's time to find out.
Alrighty guys, it's time for a solo exploration in downtown Seoul, right next to Jongmyo, the most famous and the most important Joseon Royal Ancestral Shrine. And we will have a quick look inside, and then we jump right into two smaller neighborhoods on the west side of Jongmyo, Bongik-dong and Gwonnong-dong. Let's do this. 안녕하세요. I just realized I've been here only once, and it was back in 2014. It's kind of crazy because it's such a beautiful, serene place in the city. So why I came here, guys, inside Jongmyo, because it's officially not part of the neighborhoods we're exploring today. But if you go inside and move a little to the west, so near the western wall, right on the other side, there are the two neighborhoods we will explore today. But the street that follows the western wall of Jongmyo has become one of the most popular streets to go out, enjoy some food or nice beer at night in the weekends. It's fantastic, and it's so fascinating to see that those two worlds meet each other here right at the wall, and they can coexist, no problem.
To really understand Bongik and Gwonnong, you need to look at their powerful neighbors, the royal shrine and the palaces. These little alleys grew in the shadow of royalty. Back then, soju may have been poured for kings and ancestors. Today, it's poured for the living, just around the corner. But that's not the point I was trying to make. More about that later.
It's 36 degrees. Small flies are flying around my head constantly. The sound of mammy and sweat is dripping down my back through my butt cheeks. 거기 장경궁 맞죠?
네, 오늘은 못 가요.
못 가요? 다른 날에 갈 수 있어요?
토요일, 일요일.
So in the weekend, you can go through that gate, which leads you to Changgyeong-gung, one of the 5 royal palaces. Now, what happened during Japanese occupation? The Japanese, they built a road in between Changgyeong-gung and Jongmyo that were originally connected through a forest until the Japanese decided to separate those two places and build a road in between. The road now goes through a tunnel, and the Korean government has restored the connection between Changgyeong-gung and Jongmyo.
As we say goodbye to this beautiful spot, let's cycle along the eastern wall and check out the newly restored backside of Jongmyo. While we're at it, I'd appreciate it if you could like this video and join me on my journey to explore all 467 neighborhoods of Seoul. It's been a long and sometimes challenging project, but I hope that together we'll see it through to the end.
Yeah, look at this, guys. Remains of the old northern Jongmyo wall that were probably destroyed by the Japanese when they built the road in between Changgyeong-gung and Jongmyo. They've been excavated when they restored this part and now made it a nice park. You can walk in between both the palace and the shrine, and it's quiet. It's real quiet here. There's no one else. I feel like it's undiscovered still. I do this because I'm the curious guy. I'm not a teacher, I'm not an expert, I'm not a professor. Sometimes I invite an expert to my videos who can explain things a little better and with more passion and with more detail, but sometimes I just like to explore by myself. It's time to show you what we really came here for, which is Gwonnong-dong and Bongik-dong. So on my right is the road that cut through Changgyeong-gung and Jongmyo, and now they placed it underground. It's really shimmering here. We're at the edge of the first neighborhood, Gwonnong-dong. Wow, this Hamburg is beautiful. So here most of the hanok have turned into homestays. Now what I love about this neighborhood is the meaning of the name Gwonnong, because it tells a lot about this place's history. So Gwonnong, I'm not sure how to literally translate it. It's something like encourage agriculture, promote farming, and that's because back in the days during Joseon Dynasty, all of this was agriculture, farm fields. They needed to grow veggies for the royal court and maybe for certain ceremonies they held at Jongmyo, and those veggies were grown here, and there was even an office, an official government office to promote agriculture. 지나가도 돼요? 네. 네, 감사합니다. 네. So with a little imagination, can we still find some farm fields? Not really. Maybe that's a remnant of the old days. Or maybe this here. Or that. I don't know why, but I can smell marijuana here. Interesting. And now I stumbled upon this. House looks a bit different from all the other houses. I wonder if it's from the old days. And this is what I mean, guys. Sometimes I see a building and I instantly know it is something special. I found a sign that explains what it was or what happened inside. So this building, inside this building, is where the last royal portrait painter of the Joseon dynasty used to train his students, which was inside this building. It's like, what the fuck? And on the photo, you can see that it's all just red brick. And now they put these Korean waters in front. What a what a look, what a look. So you have this historical building and then these typical Korean waters now put in front. So funny. So now we're at the western edge of Gwonnong-dong, and this street zigzags a little from left to right because it used to be a stream that came from Bukaksan mountain and went all the way to Cheonggicheon, and it didn't really disappear, but it moved underground.
I wasn't in the best shape and was struggling with the heat, so I decided to take a stroll through the narrow alleys and appreciate the charm this tiny neighborhood has to offer. Many Koreans and foreigners alike were, like me, navigating and in awe of the smaller aesthetic details found in Gwonnong.
While walking, I realized I haven't shown you guys a rooftop in a while. That's something I used to do in almost every Dong video. I found the perfect rooftop. And here on my right is where Bongik-dong starts. You can see all the beautiful rooftops of Hanok. A little further down there, suddenly a Buddhist temple towers above everything else. We're now in Bongik-dong, the second and last neighborhood. And I love the story behind the name of Bongik-dong. So here, this is where the eunuchs used to live. The nashi, the castrated men who worked for the king. Things like preparing the ceremonies at Jongmyo or working on the fields here next door in Gwonnong-dong. One of the reasons they were living here, not far from the palace, not far from the shrine, and not far from the farm fields. One story goes about the origin of the name, because Bongik means the wings of a phoenix, is that the eunuch who worked for the king were working underneath the wing of a phoenix, the king.
Then suddenly you come across this building. At first it feels random, but it's not. This temple began as a hanok in 1911, just like the houses around it, and it was founded by the Buddhist monk Yongzong, one of the 33 leaders of the March 1st independence movement.
And I've been walking around for a couple of minutes through Bongik-dong, and suddenly I noticed there are bosok, what is it? Jewelry shops, jewelry workshops everywhere. One makes rings, the other makes necklaces or bracelets. 이 가게 옛날에 뭐예요?
예, 오래됐어요.
오래됐어요? 올해 언제부터요?
이거 한 40년 됐어요.
근데 왜 여기 많아요? 보석 가게?
아, 저 길가에
네.
다 금 매장이 많잖아요.
네.
그러니까는 여기서 만들어서 갖다 깔아주고 하니까 가까워야 되니까 주택이 없어지고
네.
다 이쪽 공장으로 변해.
근데 조선 시대 그때도 미속 가게 많이 있었어요?
아이 그게 뭐야.
그건 아니고.
네, 수고하세요. 네, 좋은 하루 되세요.
말을 잘하셔서.
아니에요. 안녕히 계세요. So many of the stores are really small and they sell all kinds of things. Like here, very unique stones, not only jewelry but decoration pieces. Talking about hundreds and hundreds of stores. There's a whole ecosystem surrounding jewelry, and that in a neighborhood where many castrated men, the nashi, used to live.
Bongik suddenly lost all its quiet charm. Hundreds of jewelry stores and workshops filled the streets, and people rushed around as if there was no tomorrow. The atmosphere was intense. I love neighborhoods where one craft takes over, and here jewelry rules the alleys of what was once Eunuch land. But the calm I felt at the temple and in Jongmyo didn't exist here, and with me not feeling my best, I decided it was time to leave and come back at night.
Alright guys, I am back, this time with Bart.
Hi guys.
a good old friend of mine.
My best friend.
Once in a while we like to grab a beer.
Yeah.
We always choose a different spot, but this time we found a spot that we both really like. And Art, by the way, he runs a business in Bukchon-hanok.
I live there too. I recently moved there. I'm one of the 3 foreigners. Sorry, I'm flexing right now. I'm just so happy to live in Bukchon, man. It's like a foreigner's dream, I think, you know?
Selling ice creams and
Yeah.
key rings and
Yep.
some other products, right?
Yes, sir.
It's going really well, so check it out.
Thank you. Because, you know, I'm really interested in like nightlife of Seoul because it's really exciting. There's always some kind of alleys, interesting alleys to go down, right? And interesting little pochas to find. I remember coming here the first time, maybe 5-6 years ago, and it was nothing like this. So of course you have the beautiful wall here, right? But there were just like some really, really kind of rundown pochas, which have their own vibe, which, you know, we like. But over the last, well, I think almost 5-4 years, it just blew up and became super popular, as you see now. And
It's just crazy, huh?
yeah, I mean,
Even 2 years ago, it wasn't like this.
so, and actually, I remember walking here with my wife then, and I thought, man, this would be a really cool place to be like a drinking place, you know, like drinking street. And now it's a,
I think everyone agrees with you.
yeah. I wish I had money back then to open a bar or something, you know?
So everyone here is sitting on the street, which is cool. You know what I noticed? It's really made for couples
Yeah.
or duos. See, everything is for two.
Yes.
Here for two.
Yes.
Two.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're single, not sure if this is the place for you.
Might be a little difficult.
Okay, well, bigger groups are sitting here.
Yeah.
So I like to call this the selfie street.
Yes. And I find it really annoying, sorry, because I'm always riding my bike here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have to ring the bell and then like jumping people.
Jongmyo is right on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's so quiet.
Yeah.
And it's like this historical wall here. You're looking right at the historical wall from the restaurant to
Yeah.
the pub or the bar.
It's cool. I just hope this is something that Korean people can be really proud of, you know, because there's not too many places like this in Seoul. I don't have to be a historian to tell you that, you know.
Yes.
So I'm just happy to see this, honestly.
Usually I don't really like the places where suddenly everyone just wants to go to.
Yeah.
But this time I don't really mind.
Because we're happy to see this. It's like, it's just a wall.
So all I've been is to this bar that you showed me last time.
Yes, sir.
So let's go again, huh?
I'm so happy to come here.
And what I like about this bar, guys, is that for 20,000 won, you can drink whatever you want for how many hours?
I don't know. Let's find out. I forget.
Another fun fact I learned is that this street, Seosulla-gil, literally means West Patrol Street, because guards once patrolled the walls of Jongmyo here. Exploring it today, I was struck by the background stories, and standing on that rooftop with such a beautiful view, I could almost picture the eunuchs who once lived in this neighborhood. I used to come here for a drink to escape reality, but now that I know the history, it feels different. I feel even more bungawo to go here. Sharing a beer with Art here is the same way I bond with Seoul itself, week by week, story by story. So let's put Bongik and Gwonnong down in the books as the patrol street of healing. Honestly, who wouldn't want a cold one next to an ancient wall where guards patrolled and eunuchs engaged in politics? Indeed, Koreans can take great pride in this street.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bampodong. Haru.